Hello Year 5, this is your Big Maths lesson for Thursday the 21st of January, and we're looking at our CLIC skills again, so please make sure you write Big Maths and today's date in your maths book, ready to record some of your answers. Our counting skill this week has been reviewing our core number skills, and we're now on estimate. So we're going to estimate the answers to these calculations. So I've got an addition calculation here and a subtraction calculation here, and I'd like you to have a go at estimating the answers. To do that, you need to think of a number you could round each number to, and then add your rounded numbers together to get to your estimates. So you might round to the nearest 1,000 or the nearest 100, depending on what you think is the best choice, and then your rounded numbers should be easy for you to add in your head. With the subtraction, do the same thing. Think about what would be a near number, a close number to each one, either rounding to the nearest 100 or 1,000, depending on what you think is appropriate, and then subtract each number and see what your estimated answer is. So I don't want the exact answer. I don't want you to do a column method. I want you to round those numbers and then add them together mentally to get a rough answer of approximately what the answer would be. So pause, have a go, and then press play to go through it together. So the first number here, 4,939, you may not have chosen the same rounded number as me, but I went for 5,000 because I thought rounding to the nearest 1,000 would make it an easy number to calculate with, and also quite close to the number that I've already got. And then I looked at 3,502 and thought, well, that's quite close to 3,500. So I've now added my near numbers together, and my estimate of the answer to that calculation would be 8,500. You might have chosen a different estimate to me, but just think about whether your rounded numbers and your estimate are sort of making sense in terms of that calculation. Next, I thought about 9,499, and I thought I'll round to the nearest 100 because that's very close to 9,500. And 321, I've rounded to 300, rounded it to the nearest 100. And if I take away 300 from 9,500, my estimated answer would be 9,200. So now I could use those either to just give me a rough idea of what the answers would be, or to check my answers are reasonable once I've actually done the calculation. Okay, for Learn It, we've been practicing some addition facts that use near doubles. So today what I'd like you to do is see if you can get somebody in your home to test you on your near doubles facts. So you could pause the video and pass it to them so they can see the facts, and then they can test you on whichever ones they want in whichever order they'd like. Or if there's nobody available to do that with you right now, you could jot them down on a bit of paper and then see if somebody's free later on in the day to test you on those. So if you're going to get someone to test you now, pause the video and then press play again once you've done that. In calculation this week, we've been using division using the SMILE multiplication method. So today's challenge is 630 divided by 7. Have a think what times table fact will help you with that division, and then have a go. So pause the video, write out the calculation and what you think the answer is using your times table knowledge of the 7 times table. Press play when you want to check. So 630 divided by 7, well, I know 63 divided by 7 is 9 because 7 times 9 is 63. So 630 divided by 7 is going to be 90. So check your answer. And our last skill is our It's Nothing New skill. And we've been working on this quite tricky Where's Mully challenge. So today, Mully is hiding behind the biggest multiple of 4 without going past 137. So my number is 137 and I'm thinking about multiples of 4. So think of a multiple of 4 that if you multiplied it by 10 would get you quite close to 137, and that's going to go here. Then think what's left over and see if you can work out what the highest multiple of 4 would be in that number, and then add the two together. I'm going to give you a chance to pause now and have a go by yourself if you're feeling confident with this skill. If you're not, you can just carry on watching and we'll go through it together. But if you'd like to pause and have a go, do that now. So I'm thinking about a multiple of 4 that if I multiplied it by 10 would get me close to 137. And I'm thinking that 12, if I multiplied it by 10, would get me to 120. So I know that's a multiple of 4. Now I'm thinking, what have I got left from 120 to get to 137? I've got 17 left. So now I'm thinking, what's the largest multiple of 4 without going past 17? 16 is the largest multiple of 4 without going past 17, and there's one left over, so I can't find any more 4s there. So now I take this multiple and add it to this one to find the largest multiple of 4 without going past 137. So the largest multiple of 4 without going past 137 is 136. Well done if you had a go at that. That was quite a tricky skill this week, but I hope you have managed to have a go at least, and let me know how you've gotten on by sharing what you've done on your Class Dojo page. Well done, Year 5. I hope you have a super day, work really hard, and I can't wait to see what you've been up to.